over uh, Russia than it would be China.
I was actually getting ready to tell you why it would be, yeah, why it would be easy for most countries actually to plow over Russia. And I can explain why. Yeah, why it would be easy for most countries actually economically, to plow over Russia. Militarily, has not changed at all since the Cold War. They're still using the same weapons. They're still using the same fucking trucks, the same military armor, the same everything, right? Even the same rations. They're using the same fucking thing.
But so is China. China's got the same equipment that Russia does. They're still using the same stuff from the Cold War. 100%.
China does not.
China does.
China does not.
Yes, it does.
And I'll tell you why. You or I do not know what China holds.
That's right. I know exactly what China holds.
No, we don't, because we haven't seen China in action yet. We're watching Russia in action right now. We're watching it, right? And what we're seeing is a country the size of Texas holding off what should be one of the biggest fucking military powers on the goddamn fucking planet. And you know why they're not able to take that fucking place with ease, right? Because their fucking equipment is trash. Think about this, Stearns. The fucking Taliban ran through 100,000 Afghan soldiers in 2 days. The Taliban. Niggas that were living in fucking caves and using...
Whoa, buddy. Whoa. You gotta watch those hard R's, buddy.
It was an N-word without a hard R.
Okay, so...
Let me rephrase that. Saying to niggas...
Well, you can't say that, no. Listen. Most of China is now developed. Cities and urban areas. It's mostly developed. There's not much woodsland there, right?
You're actually wrong.
No.
China's stupid. China's stupid for another reason. I hate to interrupt you, but I'm gonna interrupt you real quick, just for 2 seconds. China's stupid for another reason. China will waste money for no reason building things that they don't even use. Did you know that China has full-size cities in it that are empty? North Korea has these too. They are full-size cities. Cities like fucking Tokyo, fucking huge, and they're not even inhabited. 6-lane fucking highways, nothing even there. Because they have big fucking scale dreams for their infrastructure, and they have very small budget. And not a lot of good ideas to fill them with.
And there you go. So most of their lands are urban areas. Yes, not populated, but most of their population will live near the cities.
And I'll tell you the other reason why China fails. Because they can't do anything for themselves. They can't innovate for themselves. They're copycats. They steal everything. Everything the United States does. Everything Russia does. China steals it and tries to make it better. Because they can't do it themselves. Anything the United States does, dude, China is stealing that shit, reverse engineering it, and trying to make it better, and then they won't sell it to fucking America or anybody else, right? Because it's got spy equipment in it, and then they give it to their citizens, and then lock their citizens down and basically monetize their entire population.
So
to keep control.
Are you agreeing with me that it would be much easier to take Russia than it would take China than it is to take Russia? Because it sounds like you now agree with me that it's going to be much easier to take China than it is Russia.
No. And I'll tell you why it would be harder to take China than it would be to take Russia. Geography. The geography of China would make it very, very difficult for the United States to get in there other than by air. Russia's easy. That's money. We land right on the beaches and fucking storm in one way, and we go in through the other way, just like we did World War II. But China, that's a motherfucker. You've got fucking the Swiss Alps on one side, or the I should say, not the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, but you're talking about their terrain now. Their terrain is going to be impossible for us to maneuver. We're not used to that terrain.
That's what I'm saying. For China, China would be a cunt to get to, because we could literally, really only do it by air. It's got mountains on both sides of it. Mountains and desert.
Oh, I just dropped that thing.
China's a cunt. Geographically,
no, China's much easier to get through because it's more developed, so you don't have to worry about all that garbage. Russia has nothing but miles and miles of nothing.
Well, you can't get to them if you take out the roads and you take out everything else. You literally have to go through the terrain of China. Russia's not that hard in the lower Russia. The lower part of Russia is a lot like here in the States. Very fucking, it's forested, don't get me wrong, but it's not so hilly. It's not till you get up to the top of Russia that it's all mud, muck, fucking, you are not getting through that shit. But down low Russia, you could move pretty easy through that. Very easily, actually, and quickly. It's a lot of flat land. Russia covers a lot of area, too, so it's got a lot of different terrain in it.
I'm gonna disagree with you because Russia's terrain is much harder and they know their terrain better than that we would. So just crawling through it, walking through it, they know where to sit, which ways cross and what pathways are the best, so they're gonna know.
That's why
China has this low flatlands that are nothing. Russia has the mountains and shit that you'd have to go through.
In one spot. Down low. Think about it, Stearns. Go up through Europe. It's all flat there.
No, it's not.
On the upside. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But in Europe, in the Ukraine, there's not very many mountains there. There's low-lying hills. There's not even many mountain ranges over on that side, right? Think about it. The geography of fucking Russia would be much easier to get through, especially if we went through Turkey, if we went through Italy, if we went through fucking Afghanistan, Iraq. We could go through all those fucking places to get to Russia. You can't go through many places to get to China. You really can't. You gotta go through the Philippines, right? Or you gotta come in through fucking Turkey or Tibet through that side. You ain't getting through Russia.
I'm still gonna disagree with you on that one.
I'm telling you.
China is much more developed than Russia is, and there's much more cities that you can wander through.
It would be worse. China would be way worse.
No.
China would fuck us over hard.
No, they wouldn't.
And only because China would fucking arm all of its citizens. And just like Russia did in World War II, they would force citizen servantship to the fucking military. Otherwise, you die. Yeah, they would force that shit.
And Russia would do the same thing again. You tell me that Putin's not gonna do that?
I don't think Putin would. I'll tell you why. Putin's one step away from being hung in the fucking streets over there. The Russian people are not fucking happy with him right now. The Russian people do not want this war.
No, they do not. But
the Russian people do not want this. Because like me, a lot of the Russian people like the fucking Ukraine. We don't have a fucking problem. Where was the issue? What? Because you guys were once part of the USSR? Now Putin wants it back? I don't think that's a very good reason.
Yeah, no, but I still see a lot of them support it. Not like they support him and his actions.
They're not supporting him. It's a fear. They don't want to fucking go against him because they're afraid to.
But if they had a mainland invasion, you bet that they're going to defend their country. You bet.
if they're attacking the citizens, maybe. But say, I think if Russia saw an invader that was ready to come in, if the Russian people saw an invader that was come in, that they truly liked better than the way Putin set it up, they'd let him run right through. They'd let him run right through. They'll fucking hand Putin over. They don't like that guy. He's a fucking gangster. Nobody likes Putin over there. He's a fucking gangster. He runs the mob.
He does.
You do what he says or he kills you. No one wants to deal with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that.
But I still see that China would be much easier to take over. Despite.
I'm going to tell you this, Stearns. China's got fucking damn near 2 billion people in it. That's almost 3 times what the United States has. I don't think you're getting the size scale of how many people that is.
No,
that's a lot of fucking
trust me, I know the scale of that. That is a lot of people. That's a lot of poor, sick, elderly. There's a lot of they live a long time over there.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Their health issues less than. You're not putting 2 billion people against 300 million and thinking that 300 million is going to win that. Sheer numbers just do not lie there.
Oh, okay. How about we go back to during the times of the Roman Empire when
It doesn't matter. It's a different time now. If you think 2 billion people today can't take out 300 million, there's a problem.
Well, why didn't the 100,000 take out the 300?
It's a different time now.
No, I still feel like that.
Goddamn surface-to-air missiles able to fucking do a 60-kilometer blast radius.
Which we have way more of, which we use and have higher tech ones than China does. So all we'd have to do is...
No.
Yes.
China has missiles that can get to DC now in 15 minutes. That's 10,000 miles in 15 minutes. Supersonic.
And you think that we don't have that kind of stuff?
We don't. No, we don't. That's why the United States was making a big deal of it this past couple months. They were freaking the fuck out because China's got this new fucking technology and we're wondering how the fuck they got it so fast. I can tell you for sure, if the United States wasn't worried about that, they wouldn't have been running it through the fucking presses to put fear in people's eyes.
No, that's exactly what they do. What are you talking about? Look at this whole thing over the past few years. Fear is how they control the masses. Oh, we gotta be scared of them. You know how far ahead our technology is ahead of everybody else? No. You listen to me. You know how far ahead we are of everybody else?
China's further.
No, it's not.
China's got phones that can zoom into the fucking moon. And if you don't believe me, I've got a buddy who fucking has one.
You don't think we don't have that? You don't think that we don't have that? You don't think that the government's just saying, oh yeah, no, they have that. We don't.
China's selling that shit to the fucking public, right?
No, they would not.
Yes, they are. Dude, you can literally go buy a Huawei phone in China right the fuck now, and it has a 200 times zoom in it. As good as a fucking $6,000 camera over here, you can zoom in and see specific craters on the moon. I'm not even kidding. And they're just selling shit to the fucking people over there. What do you think they have that they're not giving the people? China's got some shit.
We don't. There's so much that we don't know that our government does have. There's so much that we don't know that they do have.
I think China's got more shit than us, and I'll tell you why. Their fucking students are incredible for a reason. They're driven to be. They have no choice but to be. They have to be smart. They have to be. It's their life. They are nothing without that, right? So you've got kids over there who every waking moment of every waking day is supported to being better, making it better. And that's what China does. They take what they see and they make it better. That's why they'll never be as good, because let me try to explain it.
You do realize that there's a lot that our government doesn't tell us, right?
There's a lot that the Chinese government doesn't tell you.
Yeah, well, there's probably way more that ours doesn't tell us. I can tell you that.
I can tell you there's not. The United States government is actually very free-floating with its information compared to other countries.
No, they're not. No.
Yes.
No, they're really
compared
not.
Compared to other countries, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why the United States is very free-floating. Because they have to be. Because if they weren't, the United States public would be like, why are you guys hiding shit? We don't like that. Bye-bye. They have to be. They literally have to be more transparent than they've ever had to be. Because they know for a fact that the United States people will find out eventually, and it's going to be their ass.
But that's not going to stop them from not telling us stuff that they don't want to tell. And that stuff is the things that are...
I'll tell you what the difference is, right? In other countries, world leaders don't have to worry about that because they've got, you can't touch me because I am who I am. In this country, it doesn't matter who you are. If we vote your ass out, you're gone.
Neither, actually. But it is.
That's the difference, right there. You want to keep that fucking position in fucking Senate or Congress? You better fucking be willing to do what the American people want you to do. You better be willing to do it, because if you don't, your ass is gone, and we're gonna get it to the next schmuck that will do it.
And there's still stuff that they're not telling us. There's 100% stuff that they're not gonna tell us. And that stuff is the stuff that should scare you.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. What has there been that they haven't told us that we haven't found out about?
Once again, that is a fair point. We do find it out, but there's stuff that they're not telling us right now that we have that would scare the rest of the world. There truly is.
I'm telling you that there's not, right? What's going on in the world right now that you think they're not telling us? Because I can guarantee to you. Why do you think I'm telling everybody?
Somebody order an exotic dancer.
The fucking nuclear war is gonna fucking happen, and they're alluding to it very fucking easily right now. But it's gonna fucking happen.
It's gonna happen. It could happen.
Listen, just like they said that fucking Russia wasn't gonna invade the Ukraine. Everybody was saying that Russia wasn't gonna invade the Ukraine except the United States. But what happened? Russia invaded. The United States was right, and it's gonna keep fucking happening. The United States is much more transparent with its information than most other countries are, Stearns.
I lost the game.
I lost the game. Would you agree with me that the United States is much more transparent with its information to its people than other countries are to theirs?
I'm not disagreeing that they tell us
That's
more than most
good.
countries, but there's a lot of stuff that
funniest
they're
thing
not
I'll
telling
hear
us.
my entire life.
Okay, Randy, ready? Who would be more easier to take control of, Russia or China?
My gut says Russia.
Thank you.
I'm saying China because China is mostly developed, so we could just plow
China
through
has
their
like
stuff.
16 bajillion people in it.
I'm gonna bring up the same point that I brought up for Kale. What about the 300 against the 100,000 for the Roman times?
It weren't just the 300, and that number is probably symbolic.
The 300 was more like 4,000, 4 or 5,000, if not, maybe even closer to 10.
It was the Spartans and the Athenians and
the Greeks
and a few other city-states in the area.
Still compared
it is,
to
by all
the
accounts,
massive
I
army.
would assume it is true that the Spartans stayed behind, but there probably weren't just 300 of them. And all they really did was buy time for the rest of the Greek city-states to muster and prepare.
Right.
Now, I'm going to say Russia is going to be the easiest to take.
No.
And I said this because, Randy, will you agree with me in saying that their weapons are just not... They haven't advanced since the Cold War. Obviously.
seems as though they're well, you know, you can't really take it at face value. I wouldn't. I'm not prepared to do so. But I mean, what I've seen so far, it's like, yeah, where did you guys get this from? You know, wow, you've been holding on to this shit this long. That's incredible. Pretty cool. You
I mean-
haven't advanced anything. I mean, as far as like your conventional military infrastructure, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know about their nuclear arms and this and that or whatever. I mean, I tend to believe that the Soviet Union. Wow! Look at that! I tend to. Well, we might as well just call it the
Get it.
Soviet Union too. But
Get it. You just won Putin's war right there.
I
really did.
I think that I'm
the
willing to
secret.
believe that they have a vast stockpile of nuclear arms, but I mean, I don't know what that's gonna. I don't, you know, because once they start launching them, I mean, there pretty much fucking is.
Okay, so let me bring this up to you guys. You realize that the newest class of super carriers that the U.S. is building right now is gonna put us 40 years ahead of everybody else in the world?
Right. So, exactly. So we have the operational flexibility.
I doubt it.
No.
I want to say I doubt it.
This is facts. This is literally straight facts.
I'm gonna say I doubt it. Right?
Look it
I'll believe
up! Look it up!
I'll-
Did you guys hear that
I'll-
Switzerland, though, joined in on the sanctions on Russia?
Yes, I did see that.
Wow, the
That's incredible.
Swedes aren't being neutral
It is.
this time?
I
Wow.
know.
Swiss, not the Swedes.
We're calling them the Swedes.
No, that's
No.
Sweden, not Switzerland.
Yeah.
Same country, basically.
It's not the
No,
same.
it's-
It's two different countries. The fuck?
They're in the same
Well,
general.
Don't do each other.
they're all Vikings to me.
Exactly.
They're not even close to each other. Switzerland and Sweden.
No, they're pretty close together.
Well, they are both. They are both Germanic peoples. Really, he's not wrong, but technically he's wrong.
Yeah, okay, fine. The Swiss, yeah, that's amazing that they're actually gonna, you know, do something this time.
It's not necessarily amazing. It's just they've been neutral for so long.
many years, so many fucking years of war, and they're just like, yeah, no, we're good, guys. Just leave us alone. We're just drinking
It's
our.
more like
I mean,
they better have
you
something
really-
to back it up. You
that
know, they better
fucking-
have something to back up the sanctions.
You gotta really give it to that Zelensky guy.
What a unit! What a fucking unit!
That's the
Just
president of Ukraine, right? And he's fighting the war himself.
Yeah, he's out there on
Dude,
the front lines, dude.
Good for him.
yeah, every day.
That's a president.
Every day I get my Snapchat and he's like, "Yo, still here. Come get me."
I was watching
I guess he's not on the front lines, but
a
he's
TikTok
he's
that
still,
showed
as
him.
far as I know, he's still in Kiev.
Yeah, he is.
That's a good president right there. That's a president I died for.
You gotta
And
give
then
it to him.
I was talking about this with Kyle the other day, and I was like, it's like even if they manage, you know, is Zelensky just going to stay there in Kiev as the Russians are
I'm
actually closing it off and
I'm sure
surrounding
he
it?
will.
I don't know about that, but you know, this day and age, the command structure can exist from basically anywhere.
I think he goes down with his fucking capital.
I absolutely think he does. I think he stays right there and fights it off until the very last minute.
Well, sure, but
I don't even
It
think
would
he
be
leaves
a-
turn. I bet he gets captured.
that would be is this a concept, a Pyrrhic defeat? Rather than
I
a
wouldn't say
Pyrrhic
it would be a
victory?
defeat. Why is it a defeat just because you captured the leader?
It's not necessarily to say that the rest of that you cut the head off the snake and the body dies, but it could be kind of silly. Not to say that he should evacuate, not to say that he should leave Ukraine, but he should hold out, you know, as long as he can, I would say. If they have to keep moving it back, then they have to keep moving it back.
I said I needed ammunition, not a ride
Certainly
out.
wouldn't want to be a Charles de Gaulle or fucking General MacArthur about it. I don't hold MacArthur in high regard. I do, but I don't, because he hiked out of the fucking Philippines and left everybody there. I shall return. Yeah, well, you shouldn't have left, in my opinion.
Hunt.
And then he wanted to nuke North Korea. And China. He was like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
With his corn cob pipe and his hiked up high water pants. That man's waist was like 5 inches below his nipples. I don't know. A lot of propaganda. A lot of propaganda flowing around, especially on our side here. Well, I don't know whose side is our side, but we're not Russia, so I think I don't think that Putin is able. I don't think that Putin is able to go much further to keep this going for any length of time.
Oh god,
No.
Oh no, he's not even.
He's lost too much. They've already lost almost 10,000 people.
Incredible.
That's insane. Okay, so ready?
Yeah,
Or go ahead and finish, and I'll tell you the
as of
next.
yesterday, the casualties for Russians was like 6,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not a... And you know what? And I think that Putin... I don't know, but I mean, it looks to me like Putin was like, yeah, we'll just cross the border, we'll go in there, and we'll have this mopped up in a couple of days.
Yeah, he thought.
Exactly
going that
what he
way.
thought. That's exactly what he thought.
Yeah, he thought.
I'm sure he did. He's probably that out of touch.
Well, I mean, you gotta give it to the Ukrainian fucking people, too. I mean, they are fucking rallying together.
Yeah,
they're like, nah.
That's their town. That's their home.
Russians? Nah.
We've had enough of you Russians.
I don't care about Russians.
I would say, I would
Let's
like
get
to
an
think
old
the United States would be like that, but I know it wouldn't be. There's too many sissies over here.
No, there's
There
a-
are many people who would do it. I don't know if it would be enough.
Listen, Stearns, I guarantee almost half this country would be like, no, we gotta let them come
We
in
must
because our
embrace
government needs
our
to be
new
overhauled.
overlords.
And,
must
yeah,
make nice.
we needed an overhaul anyway. It was time to overthrow our government. Yeah.
Well, I agree with that, though.
But there
Well, I mean-
is a lot of redneck blooded.
There's not much that can be done within the system. It is time to act outside of the system.
Yeah, that is fair. But I think we would rally and fight off the invasion first, and then be like, okay, you know what? There's been enough damage to, the infrastructure. They're not gonna realize what's happening, so let's just do it. Let's take it.
It should just be fucking Wild West again, for fuck's sake. Just let me build something in the middle of the woods and let me live there in peace.
No permits,
Yeah.
anything like that. There's no codes.
No,
If I wire my shit up wrong and I die in a house fire, it's my fault.
that's my prerogative. My fault. My problem. No one else's.
Ronald Reagan
God
once said,
damn.
it is, what did he say? And this all is like, oh, this is a great time. We must reject the idea that every time something bad happens, society is at fault, and we must restore the idea that each individual is responsible for his or her own actions.
Yes, 100%. Alrighty. So here's the newest class of supercarriers. It's the Gerald R. Ford class. Nuclear-powered
They all
aircraft
are
carriers.
They all are nuclear powered now. Every single destroyer, every single Navy ship now is nuclear powered.
We have a glaring backside, though, in my opinion, and it's Alaska.
Alaska can handle itself. Everybody
I
knows.
think
a whole lot of people there, so I mean, There is, but there isn't.
But you also gotta realize all the people out there are more likely adapted to the elements, more
You guys know
likely.
that the Japanese invaded Alaska?
The Japanese wouldn't last 10 seconds in Alaska.
They really didn't. But it was funny. It was pretty cool. But it actually, oh man, I forget the name of the island. But they invaded in the Aleutian Islands. I can't remember the exact island, but and it was like, what was the point? Because it wasn't like a. Obviously, they couldn't get by with. They couldn't initiate like a full scale, like amphibious assault. They basically landed some troops, and they had. I think they had some carrier support, but one of their Zeros actually got downed, and it landed in the snow, and was pretty much all intact, and we were able to reverse engineer it. Pretty cool.
UFOs.
The Japanese tried this like bonsai charge on a U.S. position, and then it was repelled, and they ran back down the hill and like pulled the pins on their grenades and blew themselves up. Well, that didn't work. What do we do now? I don't know. Kill ourselves, I guess.
That's terrible.
What?
Oh my god.
Ah, fuck. Now I gotta look it up. Now I gotta look up I can't remember the name of the island.
I love the story of the fucking Ukrainian guys on the island and the Russian warship. Have you heard about that?
That seems to be a little bit of maybe not truth.
I want it to be
I saw
true.
well, yeah, I know it's a really good story. I heard about it, or I heard about a report that the Ukrainian Navy ended up checking in on that Snake Island and everybody was still there. But it's good, it's fine. It's fine, you gotta have good stories like that, and like the Ghost of Kiev. This pilot, apparently it's out there just shooting down Russians like it's
nothing.
it's his job.
I mean,
guess
it
you
is
could
his
say.
job. Obviously,
Well,
it's
I
his
said
job.
like it's his job, I guess you could say. Making light of it for comedic effect.
I've been drinking.
Yep, same.
And you're always drinking. You guys are
Actually,
alcoholic.
Fuck you. I'm actually in a pretty good mood today, though. For a
Oh
Monday.
my god, I just
Rare.
shot a whitetail, a mule deer with a 22.
Why'd you do that? That was stupid.
Because I had the wrong gun on.
Yeah, what are you, gay?
I guess I
That's
might be.
stupid,
just
though.
like
That
gay
part
Rob.
of it really pisses me off. Who cares? Does it really matter that I shot a coyote with a 30-06, or I shot a deer with a 22? Does it matter?
Kind of
I don't
matters.
think that matters.
I think it matters.
Why do you think it matters?
I mean, I don't
You're
necessarily
you're gonna blow a melon-sized hole probably out of the other side of that coyote, sure. But
I don't think a 22 is gonna penetrate very far into a deer.
you can kill a deer with a 22. You have to have really good shot placement, and I think that should be rewarded. I think the lower caliber that you down a larger animal with should be more rewarded, in my opinion.
My grandfather killed a 22.
Although I'm not gonna shoot a bison.
Killed a what with a 22?
A moose.
I don't believe that.
I watched it.
Oh my god, I don't believe that.
It's possible. It's possible.
Listen,
It's unlikely.
I didn't believe
it's
him.
possible.
He goes, that moose is fucking back. We're sitting there one night, he goes, that moose is back again. And there was a moose out in the fucking...
moose!
It was a moose out in the backyard, and the moose has been tearing up his garden. The moose is... Yeah. Dude, yeah.
I gotta go! Some moose is fucking my tomatoes!
He goes, the fucking moose is back again. So the next thing I know, he's getting the fucking 22, right? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that thing? He goes, I'm gonna scare it off.
Oh, yeah, but he
I'm
actually ended up killing it instead.
Listen to this shit.
Wait,
Listen to this shit.
wait! I can vouch for this because I have heard a crazy story about somebody shooting a deer with a pellet gun, and it killed it, dropped it. It
He
dropped
was
it.
trying to scare the thing off, so he goes, I'll just hit it in the head. Their skulls are pretty thick. It'll hit him. It'll feel like a fucking bee stung him, and he'll run away. So he fucking
How far
shoots.
away was this?
I'd say probably about 150 yards. It's not. It was pretty good. It was a little ways, but it wasn't that
Good
far
thought
for.
process, I suppose. Was it like
So,
just a long rifle, or was it a 22 mag?
dude, that's what thought it was an LR.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so
What a
listen.
lucky/unlucky shot.
So he fucking goes to fucking shoot. That's why he thought it wasn't gonna hurt it, because he just put in some cheap LR rounds. He goes, I'll just fucking hit it in the head. It'll feel like a bee stung it, and it'll scare it away. Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, a moose's skull is so thick, a 22 round should just ricochet off.
Pretty damn sick.
Should. Did he shoot it through the
It should.
ears?
It really should. It should just ricochet off.
He must have
So-
shot it through the ear or something.
Dude, literally in the fucking ear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right
He
through
goes-
the ear canal and right into the brain. Yeah.
Yep, drop the fucking thing right there. He fucking stops and he just
Ouch.
looked at me, and I'm like,
Oh my god. I'm dying.
he's like, I did, I fucking killed it. I'm like, no, you did not. It's game wardens out and everything. It was awful.
I bet he was in deep shit.
Actually, he didn't actually even catch a fine, because he was able to prove that the moose had been fucking with the garden.
What's a pest? He's allowed to.
I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Well,
I'm not.
he didn't really intend to kill the moose. He used a 22. Like, it was the only thing other than a fucking air rifle that we
No, I
had,
get
and the
that,
air
but
rifle
it's
wasn't
the
going to do
fucking
anything.
Warden service.
Don't say that.
I'm just shocked.
Air rifle shot at a white-tailed deer, dropped it, killed it.
I'm just
You
absolutely
need to do it more for
shocked.
the noise. But he was just trying to hit it in the head to say, fuck you, don't come back. You know? And, yeah, he ended up killing the fucking thing. Yeah, he didn't catch a fine or nothing. He was really surprised, too, but the game wardens were good about
I'm
it.
sure, because I imagine once he shot it, it just dropped. He was probably like, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
But, I mean, if you think about it, that's kind of like if you give something a warning shot because it's charging at you. I don't know. Or if it's
No, I
fucking,
think that's
or if it's
I think
fucking with
that's
your
a little-
property.
That's a little different. Yeah, well, sure, but I mean, having something aggressive that's coming at you, and the only thing you can reasonably do is shoot at it, and then you end up killing it, but you didn't really mean
Well, I
to do
don't know-
that. So I
I
feel like
don't
that's a little
know.
different, but.
I don't know how it works.
I'm not saying he's in the wrong. I'm absolutely not saying that. I'm just surprised that he didn't get anything for it. You know.
Well, I don't know how it works when they're messing with your garden either.
If you can prove that it's being a pest to your livelihood, and if you can prove that it was his
Yeah,
livelihood,
that's what I was thinking. Thank you, Stearns. That's what I was thinking. Was livelihood
yes,
was
you
probably
can-
a key.
Yeah,
a key word there.
because I know farmers, like if farmers can do it for their crops and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like
up north they do it all the time. All the time
So,
they're allowed
I'm
to.
assuming, like, if you've got an animal that's preventing you from harvesting a crop that's providing food for your fucking family, like yourself, like, yeah, I would imagine that they wouldn't have too much of a problem at that point.
Especially if you can
You
prove
probably
it.
tell him the story. Look, I see this moose. It's been after my shit for a period of time. I'm getting sick of it. I think I'm just gonna scare it, basically. Maybe wound it a little bit, but not, superficially, right? Just enough
Right.
for it to get to go. Oh shit! Oh, I can't come back here. And now it's fucking dead. Oops.
Because, I mean, that was the true intent. I mean, his intent was, I'm going to hit this thing in the head. It's going to feel like a bee stung it, and it's going to run away and hopefully not come back.
Right.
So they've made a round for
But
that.
still,
to scare.
knowing the warden service, I'm still surprised.
Yeah,
I know.
that is a little out there, but
I have a cousin that. You guys ever seen Northwood's Law?
I've seen
yeah.
parts of it. I haven't watched it all.
Parker. Parker, I can't remember his last name, but he's actually like a distant cousin of mine. He's a real goofy guy. He was the one that was running up and down. He was actually in Heartland at the time, where I lived, obviously, and he was like running up and down the road trying to catch these these Canadian snowmobilers that didn't register their sleds in the state of Maine. He ended up getting them, but I was like, that was pretty fucking stupid. But anyway, he came into AutoZone once, or maybe Parker was his last name. I don't know, but he came into AutoZone. No, I'm pretty sure it's his first name. Came into AutoZone once, and I was just like looking at him because I'm like, I've seen that guy somewhere. And I'm like staring at, I'm like mad dogging him the whole time, like unintentionally, just like, I know you from somewhere. And then I figured it out, but I was still looking at him, and then he like catches, he like does a double take because I wasn't the one dealing with him, obviously, but he does like a double take. He sees me looking at him, and he looks back up at me, and he's like, everything all right? You know, because I'm just like staring at him so intently, and I couldn't think of anything else to say. I just stood there and looked at him for a couple seconds more, and I was just like, I don't like wardens, they make me nervous. And he was good about it. He was like, oh really? Well, as long as you're not up to anything, you know.
Are those
You know
level
what
4
terrifies me
plates?
about game wardens?
What terrifies you about game wardens?
They could just look at you and say, get out of the car, I'm searching it.
Yeah. They have more authority than a state police.
Yeah, there was this great story from a guy at hunting camp, except he weren't hunting, he was fishing. But he had his like waders on, he was out in the middle of this fucking river somewhere, can't remember. He's out there, I don't know if he's fly fishing or what, but he's out there fishing. And this warden comes up on the road nearby, and he's like, hey, you got a fishing license? He's like, fucking don't bother me, I'm out here fishing, because that's the law. He was totally within his rights. Well, I just want to know if you got a fishing license. I'm fishing, leave me alone. Come out and show me your fishing license. He goes, no, I don't think so. I don't have to come out. You have to come to me if you want to see my fishing license. So this guy obviously is thinking maybe this guy's up to no good. Fucking, he just starts wading out. Just starts walking right up to him, and he gets out there and he goes, all right. Thinking he probably has somebody. All right, let's see that fishing license. He goes, yeah, sure, no problem. Pulls it out, hands it right to him.
I just made your ass wade out here in the
How come you
water.
just come back and show me your fish? He's like, I don't have to. That's the law.
That's funny. I'd do that to somebody.
You cannot disturb a hunter or a fisherman just for identification like that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Really.
But they can come
I
up
guess
to
in
you.
the woods is a little different. That's what I'm saying. If you're out hunting, I guess it's a little different. But for a fisherman, like, you can't just, you can't call him. You can't say, hey, come up here. You have to, if you suspect wrongdoing, you have to go out and investigate. Or at least
I
that's
remember
how
one day
it
me and my
was.
dad were
If
kayaks.
that's been changed. I was not aware.
Me and my dad were on the kayaks, and they fucking come rolling up on us and like, hey, what are you guys doing? You done any fishing? And we just looked at him. We just looked at him. We're like, do you see poles?
Yeah, you get any
Well, no.
see any fishing poles here? How the hell was I fishing? Just barehanded fishing out here in a kayak? What are you stupid?
Hey, listen now. They do it down in the bayou states. They noodle their fingers and catch catfish.
That's
It's different.
true.
I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out the
And I
fact
don't
that.
think,
This ain't
and I don't
Louisiana.
think you need a license for that.
No, you do.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure if you're hauling fish out of the water, you're probably gonna have to have a license for it. Yeah.
I don't think you do.
No, you absolutely have to have a license for that shit. It'd be like fishing for any other fish or fishing any other way. You still have to have a license for that to pull out the fish and bring. If you're not bringing it with you, if you're just throwing it back in, yeah, whatever, you know.
I don't know. It's pretty inconclusive, but I can see. Maybe you don't. I would have just assumed that you would need one if you're. It doesn't matter how you're catching them.
Do not think you need a license to catch fish with your bare hands.
I feel like that's just poo-poo.
The fuck is jug fishing?
Jug fishing's cool too.
That's the other type of fucking fishing that they do for catfish. They put bait in it.
When they put it, they submerge it and then they pull it out at the end of the day or something.
Yeah.
You can only catch like 2 or 3 of them at a time. Another really cool thing that they do down there.
According to Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, you do not need a fishing license to fish in state parks, just a park entry fee. Okay, hang on.
Well, in Oklahoma, it says noodling is the taking of non-game fish by and catfish by use of hands only. Possession of hooks, gaff hooks, spears, poles with hooks attached, or ropes with hooks attached, while in the act of noodling, shall be proof of violation of the, quote, hands-only noodling law. Noodling shall be lawful year-round in all waters during daylight hours, only unless restricted under public fishing waters special regulations.
You do not need a license.
I'm assuming you still must have a license, which is I fucking patently disagree with anyway, but...
No, that doesn't sound like you do need a license. The only thing that you need a license for is if you're...
It does not... Well, this is just like...
If you've got it on a line, if you've got it in a hook, if you've got it in a net, you need a license for it. But if you got it in your bare hands, you're good.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like it was just saying. That's amazing.
Right, but it doesn't
Well, I can tell you...
explicitly mention a license, and if this is law, that is important.
Well, so, because here's what I would like to know, right? Alright.
Well, at least that's the way I look at it. If it says you do not need a license, then I know. If it doesn't mention a license at all, I'm not sure if I have to have one or not.
I'd like to go into a creek and
That's how they fucking get
find some trout, right?
and noodle
And
them
block
out
them off with rocks, right? And catch them with my bare hands and look at a Wharton and say, was that legal or not?
I feel like you should probably just ask them first, just in case.
Yeah, probably the best idea.
So you should be like, hey, if I don't have a fishing license and I just catch a trout with my bare hands, am I in trouble? Did I do something wrong?
Because
I mean, fair enough. I'm a good law-abiding citizen. I want to do everything by the law, even if it's bullshit.
Because if not, I'm fishing all fucking year. That's how I'm fishing, with my bare hands.
You can do that up in Alaska and catch salmon right out of the riverbanks.
You can do that with barbarian fishing, and it actually gives you, it's a certain strength requirement, but it actually gives you strength experience. So it's useful to, it's useful.
That's funny.
Unexpected RuneScape.
I don't know how we got so off track of our war topics.
Yeah, we started talking about the war in Ukraine, and now we're talking about barehanded fishing. That's just what happens. That's what happens when you get into a good discussion. It just keeps going.
That's fantastic. I love it. I'm glad I started streaming.
Do you think nuclear war is going to happen? I don't know, but am I legally required? Am I legally allowed to catch a fish with my bare hands? Without a license? Well, what is that about?
The answer may surprise you.
Is humanity going to be vaporized in global thermonuclear fire? I don't care. Can I catch a catfish without a license with my bare hands?
Is noodling actually legal?
Well, I'm sure it is, but I'm just wondering about the license.
Oh, good God.
I don't think you shouldn't. You don't need a license to go out and fish.
But we are still so far ahead of every other country. It's not even
I
funny.
don't think you should need a license to go hunt.
Russia accused of using cluster bombs as fighting rages.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
They are.
Well, I think MERV. I think the term MERV. Yeah, cluster bombs probably right, because MERV is like nuclear weapons.
What is a cluster bomb?
It's a cluster of bombs. Boom. And also boom, 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 boom.
It's like a hellfire
So it's a bomb
missile.
that carries grenades?
Yeah, it's basically
It's like
a
it's
hellfire
designed
missile.
to like get over the target area and then deposit all of the individual bombs
Multiple
that then rain
warheads.
down. Effectively carpet bombing an area without the use of a bomber.
Exactly.
Yeah, they cluster bombed Kharkiv today.
I thought it was Kharkov, and I thought it was Kiev. I don't know what the hell's happening anymore.
Kharkiv.
KYIV. Never before in my life had I ever seen that, and I've done a lot of reading about, World War II and this and that, and the other thing, and I always KIEV, KHARKOV. I don't understand where this shit's coming from. This is wild.
The
That's
thing
my
with
biggest complaint with the war so far.
cluster bombs is that they've been illegal to use since the Cold War.
Since the Cold War.
They're
Like,
literally
since the
using
outset of the Cold War?
fucking weapons. This is unreal.
Dude, they literally have like the actual, and I'm going to say Soviet correctly this time, the literal actual Soviet multiple rocket launcher carriage on the old truck.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, straight out of 1944 here. What the hell,
Yeah.
man?
it's fucking awful.
It's funny. It's fantastic.
I'm thinking at this point it's like, and China and Russia exist in the same sphere. I'm willing to bet though that China is more advanced than Russia even.
Oh,
Listen.
I won't doubt that. That's absolutely a true
But
statement.
it's basically like you roll through Russia with a bunch of chuckle fucks with 100-year-old equipment basically, and you do that as quick as you can. Then you set up, and then China shows up, and you're like, okay, now it's serious. now we're actually doing something.
No, can we just take a minute? Let's just pause here. What has China been doing?
They've been eyeing Taiwan for the last.
But all this ever since this fucking crazy shit, they've gone radio silent all of a sudden.
Yeah, because they're just sitting back waiting for the opportunity to attack Taiwan. That's their plan.
That is the best strategy in warfare. Keep your mouth shut.
They're just sitting back, waiting for the fireworks to happen. When it's all happening, they're just like, yeah, you know what? We're taking Taiwan back.
Patiently waiting for the United States to very stupidly.
Enter a war that we should not be in.
Yes. Because China doesn't give a shit about NATO. Guaranteed.
China's not
They're
part of
looking at
NATO. They
us.
don't care. But we could still roll through any country we desired. Like it's nothing.
I don't. It's not like it's nothing.
Okay, I won't say like it's nothing, but we could still roll through any country we wanted to, if we wanted to. We've just got so much and so much power, and there's so much that our military is not telling us. There really is. You guys don't realize
Guaranteed.
that. At least Randy
Guaranteed.
realizes that.
As much as we ourselves don't know about our own military, I guarantee there's the same, if not more, information that we don't know about other militaries.
Like I was
Some.
telling Stearns, I think Russia is a really good example for us on what the rest of the world looks like as far as their military power.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on exactly who you're talking about, but as far as like possible adversary nations, yeah, I'll tend to agree with that. Yeah. And think about how easy everything you buy makes. Everything you buy that's made in China breaks. You know, I mean, come on, that's where that shit comes from. You mean to tell me that? What are they sending us? The B-roll shit? Well, yeah, maybe.
They probably are.
That would make the most sense. But I don't know. I don't know.
I just think that there's just...
Is it a situation like this says made in China and it broke? What kind of... I'm not going through the warranty process with fucking communist China. Okay, I'm not doing that. I don't even know who to get in touch with, really. You know?
That's funny.
Calls Xi Jinping. Hey, by the way, my toaster's on the fritz. You think you could replace that for me since I bought it? I have the receipt.
How long you have it?
How long you have? Yeah.
I've had it like a couple weeks. Oh, out of warranty. Warranty
like
only
16
2
days. Oh, out of warranty.
Yeah, goddamn you, Bulgarian!
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what duration of time you give it. It's always out of warranty.
Oh, we're terrible.
Well, it says here that your warranty states that it's supposed to be free of all manufacturer defects, not including misuse. How do I misuse a toaster? I've been trying to just, toast my bread with it. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, that's
I've been just trying to take a bath.
Doesn't matter.
That's misuse.
I've just been using it like... I've just been...
Only supposed to use to look
it
at.
as a bath bomb, okay?
It's only for display.
So I guess my biggest complaint is I tried to commit suicide with it, and it was so well built that it prevented me from committing suicide with it. I'd like my money back.
Oh, I'm so glad I started streaming.
You're streaming?
I am streaming.
Oh, beautiful. Is there anybody watching?
There's one person here, just chilling.
That's me.
Oh, wonderful.
Hey.
I did.
I said I was happy that I was streaming tonight.
Yeah.
Some of the things that comes out of Randy's mouth is just pure gold.
I appreciate that. There's a lot of times I just feel like I have diarrhea of the mouth and nothing at all is sticking. And I still don't seem to do anything about it. Just keep going. You know what? Let's just keep going.
That's good because I have diarrhea of the ace.
So I've heard a lot about diarrhea of the mouth, but what do you do when it's diarrhea of the butt? Like, should I be alarmed?
Have you ever had diarrhea of the asshole, my friend?
I have. I actually have. I'm still not sure when I should alert. I don't know, when I should go to the hospital. Because this is like 4 months so far. But like, I don't want to be a little bitch and go to the hospital and be like,
Oh
get some
my
water come out
god,
of my
that's
butt.
unfortunate. Well,
And they can be like, okay, well, who doesn't? See you later. Get out of here. Here's your bill, $60 million.
are you talking about medical debt in the United States now? It's terrible, isn't it?
Huh?
Like a fever dream, no?
It's god
Zelensky makes plea to join European Union.
Please let me in.
Please, please come save me. I need help.
I don't expect anything in return. Okay, you're admitted. Okay, I expect a lot in return.
Russian currency crashes among sanctions.
Oh, well,
oh my god, are you
inflation is big.
serious already?
I've heard that inflation is quite large. In the old, well, it's quite large everywhere, but
Quite large in the old USSR.
I already won the lottery. I was born in the United States of America, the good old USA, baby.
Yeah, we're not that good though.
Yes, we are. We're fantastic. We're probably the best country on earth. Half your trash bag.
I disagree with that. We are not the
You
greatest
can't disagree.
country. Yes,
The thing about science is it doesn't matter if you disagree with it.
Science can disprove the fact that we aren't the greatest
It
country
can't. I don't
in
know
the
what we're
world
talking
anymore.
about. What a lie. What a horrible, despicable lie. That's what it is with you people, isn't it? Oh, hate America. America sucks. You know, kill Whitey. Yeah, whatever. Oh, it's always the same with you people.
Did I really hit this deer? Oh my god. What? Where did I hit it? Well, guys, let's play that magical game.
No, I
Where
love
did I?
that video. I love that clip from what was it, the Newsroom, the movie there with Jeff Daniels, and he goes on this tirade about how pretty mediocre the United States is, and it's like, yeah, okay, great.
That's great.
What are we doing about it though? Nothing.
Let's play that magical game of where did I hit that deer?
Right up its ace.
Nope.
You shot him right in the balls.
Nope. Nope, I didn't hit him in the spine.
That's what we should do to Putin. Kick him right in the balls, the source of his commie power.
I shot.
Are we gonna start? Are we gonna start saying them fucking commies again?
Yep, we are. So I shot that deer in the neck.
Them damn.
And I killed it.
It's always with these damn commies.
Alrighty, I think it's time to lay down. After I shoot this stupid pheasant.
I'll go ahead and say it. I don't like the Chinese. I don't like them. Not because they're Chinese. I just don't like the Chinese Communist Party. Good old CCP. Good old Pooh Bear. Fuck them.
China #1.
China
everybody
number
in China's just like-
one!
Hey, this like probably really sucks. Yeah, you know, I've been thinking that lately. You think we should do anything about it? No. No, it's all right. We'll just soldier on. We'll be fine. Don't worry about
No,
it.
we're
I'm telling you, Putin dropped the nukes fucking months ago, and we're all just fucking finally hitting our fucking point where we're like, oh, that's right, we're dead.
No, I think the world. See, I agree with that, but I think the world ended in 2012.
There we go.
Or at the very least, it absolutely should have. Yet here we are. I think it's more like we're all living out that powerful, huge, like psychoactive state that your brain gets into right before you die. Where people say like, "Oh, my life flashed before my eyes," whatever, and like a second in real time is a millennia in a dying person's mind. That's what I think we're doing right now. I think we're all dead, and well, maybe if it was, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to pinpoint. You know,
If
what's
it was
the timeline here?
If it's nuclear fallout, then we're all getting ready to fucking start feeling like we're getting ready to die, or that we're coming back around to the fucking.
Oh, it's so
when we
good.
die,
I can't wait to play Fallout. I can't wait to play Fallout in real life. No, you're just gonna get riddled with various cancers and die painfully.
Die. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's not Fallout. You don't grow a third arm out of your chest and just keep going like nothing happened. It's cancer. Goes right to your fucking thyroid first. Depends. I guess it depends on the background radiation.
Or your brain. Or
Yeah,
lungs.
which is the thyroid in the brain.
Thyroid's not in the brain. What are you
I'm just gonna
talking
start
about?
injecting lead into my
Is?
bloodstream.
Am I stupid?
I think you're dumb.
I think you're dumb too. The thyroid is
Oh,
not
it's in
in the
your
brain.
neck.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch! Oh, oh, my heart! Oh, my heart hurts!
Oh shit.
Ouch!
That's hilarious.
That is a.
Ah.
That is a.
You know what's
now,
in your
now
head?
How stupid am I really the rest of the time? Oh my
You know
god,
that
I'm
the
pretty damn
medulla-
stupid, ain't I?
The medulla oblongata is in the brain.
But
Actually.
humans
I wasn't
don't have
thinking- Yeah,
one.
but I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking
Actually,
about
we
the
do
thyroid.
have
I was
one.
just totally flat out wrong. Oh.
Maybe
I don't know
you
what to do.
guys should
I
just,
don't know what to do right now.
you guys should just believe me when I say stuff from now on.
Unbelievable.
Alrighty.
I feel so silly.
I'm done for the night. I'm getting off.